Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Beauty Brief, your go-to podcast for all things makeup and beauty. I'm your host, Maddie Pede, and let's get into it. Okay, you know the drill. Starting out first with latest beauty launches smash or pass, where we go through all of the new beauty launches which have been announced or teased or leaked for that matter, and I will tell you whether I think that they are worth a smash or a pass. Okay, starting out first with a new eyeshadow palette from Cosmic Brushes. This is the Smoulder palette and it looks absolutely beautiful. So it says a nod to the 90s and early 2000s with a neutral color story with a wash of color for the perfect smoky eye looks with a twist. It includes 20 shades with 12 mattes, 8 metallics, and 2 are shifting with multi-chromes and 1 duochrome. The palette is $39 and it will be available on their website on July 25th. So it's already available. Absolutely amazing. Now the color story looks absolutely beautiful. Like if you love a smoky eye, this is definitely a good palette for you. There is also a nice like rosy color. There's a gold shimmer color. So there are some other options that aren't just a black smoky eye. I still have yet to try anything from Cosmic Brushes. I know. So if you think it's a brand that's worthwhile, worth trying, do let me know in the comments. Specifically the eyeshadow palettes. I do think there's some good variety in this palette other than just a black smoky eye. So for that reason, it's a smash. I might have to get my hands on this one. Okay, moving on to the Diamond Collection from Fenty Beauty. Last week, the Lavender Lover highlighter was teased and it looks absolutely stunning. I will say, I think that's still my favorite shade and product out of this whole collection. But either way, the collection contains 3 different shades of the Diamond Balm All Over Diamond Veil, which is $43. The 3 shades are Lavender Lover, obviously. There is Pink Ice, which is obviously a pinky shade, and then Trophy Wife, which is a metallic gold sparkly shade. Then you have a new shade of the Gloss Bomb Stick High Shimmer Gloss Stick, which is $25. I still have yet to try this formula, but the new shade is How Many Carats, which is like a super bright platinum silver sparkly shade. We also have that same shade launching in their Body Lava Body Luminizer. I'm just saying that's a challenging name. Body Lava Body Luminizer. Body Lava Body Luminizer. Body Lava Body Luminizer. Obviously, you just say Body Lava or Body Luminizer, but I feel like not a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm wearing the Body Lava Body Luminizer, you know? Okay, then we have the Shadow Sticks Diamonds Diamond Veil Eyeshadow Stick. Also a formula I've yet to try, her shadow sticks. I'm not like an eyeshadow stick girly. If you know the podcast, you know how I feel about shadow sticks. I just don't gravitate towards them. But either way, the 3 new shades are Miss Prissy, which kind of goes with the Lavender Lover shade. It's like a lilac-y shade. You have Champion, which is a champagne sparkle shade, and then the same How Many Carats shade as well. So I like that it's very cohesive in the shade selection. It's very like diamondy and frosty. It's beautiful. But like I said, out of all the products, I'm still leaning towards that Lavender Lover highlighter. It just looks so beautiful. I am very intrigued about the Gloss Bomb Gloss Stick. So if you think it's a formula which is good and worthwhile, do let me know in the comments. The other products, am I rushing to buy them? No. But I do appreciate this collection. I think it's good. I don't think it like blew me away or really wowed me, but I think it's good. So for that, they get a smash. Okay, then we enter into some major drama. Urban Decay has claimed that the all-nighter spray has been upgraded, but the rest of the beauty community says that it is a downgrade. Ma'am, let me tell you. So before we get into this new and improved upgraded Urban Decay all-nighter spray, the real tea is the fact that Urban Decay no longer has licensing with Skindinavia, who are the creators of the Urban Decay all-nighter spray, the manufacturers, if you will. The licensing deal for this product has gone on for 15 years. It's still kind of unclear why this licensing deal is up and why Urban Decay has cut ties, but Skindinavia is apparently heartbroken. So the OG all-nighter spray, the one which we all fell in love with, is sadly no more. Urban Decay has launched a brand new all-nighter spray, which obviously they are claiming is an upgrade, but the rest of the beauty community is like skeptical to say the least. So the first one is the all-nighter matte waterproof makeup setting spray. There's the all-nighter glowing and hydrating waterproof setting spray, and then the all-nighter waterproof makeup setting spray. So you have the regular formula, a glowy hydrating formula, and then a matte formula. Now I'm not going to dive deep into the description of each makeup setting spray because it's literally the same description for the all-nighter spray. Now obviously this is big controversy in the beauty world at the moment because let's not lie, the current Urban Decay beauty brand is just not the brand which we all fell in love with. They've just continued to take steps further and further away from the original brand which we know and love. So for them to make a move like this and reformulate a tried and true product like the all-nighter spray is just so confusing for all of us. But either way, I think it'll be very interesting to see what this new formula is like. I feel like the beauty world is going to be very very apprehensive about even trying it because like I said, Urban Decay is a huge brand a lot of us beauty lovers absolutely fell in love with, and they are just continuing to take steps further and further away from the brand, which we know. We want those tried and true products. We want those nostalgic products, but makeup brands seem to continue to move further and further away from the core brands, which we know. And it's just all in all very confusing. For research purposes, will I be trying this new formula? Absolutely. Definitely let me know if you want to see a video on this, but I need to hear from you guys what you think of this whole new Urban Decay all-nighter spray situation. Are you even going to try it? Give me all the tea in the comments down below. Okay, another week and another new shade of the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. I mean, are we surprised? No. It's a weekly tradition at this point on the Beauty Brief. This new shade is the Swirl Twisted Luminizer in Fussy Chocolate. Now, the two shades, which are swirled together, are actually two pre-existing Fenty Beauty Gloss Bombs. So the first one is Fussy, and then the second one is Hot Chocolate, hence why it's called Fussy Chocolate. That's why it's called Fussy Chocolate. Obviously, we know with the Gloss Bomb, it's intense shine, conditioning shea butter enriches within, non-sticky formula with a peach vanilla scent. Surprised it's not chocolate. Anyways, the shade looks really, really beautiful. Obviously, Fussy is a dusty pink shade, and then Hot Chocolate is a shimmering rich brown shade. So this one makes sense to the previous swirling Gloss Bomb, which was like a silver shade, a blue shade, and then like a violet shade. I mentioned that product in one of my previous episodes, and I said once those three shades mix together, you're left with like this weird gray shade. So yes, it looks really beautiful, but logistically, I'm like, this just does not make sense. This one, however, a dusty pink shade and then a brown shade mixed together would be really, really beautiful. I'm very curious how long the actual swirl lasts in the packaging, because I'm not gonna lie, that is a very like aesthetic feature that people would enjoy. So if the swirl starts to completely fade after like 2 or 3 uses, I feel like aesthetically that starts to become, you know, not aesthetic. Either way, do I think this is beautiful? Yes. Am I a sucker for a gloss bomb? Absolutely. I see how we're all exhausted and fatigued by the new shades of every single lip product every single week, but I'm always a sucker for a gloss bomb, so it's a smash. Okay, moving on to a brand new makeup brand. Yeah. This essentially is like a monthly thing on the Beauty Brief. There's always a new makeup brand every month. Turn around, new makeup brand. This one, however, is by Phillips, obviously a very well-known celebrity makeup artist. She's known for her underpainting technique, not the creator. She's just known for it, okay? Everybody always feels like they need to make that very clear. Like Phillips did not invent underpainting. It's like, yeah, absolutely. That's just kind of like what she's known for. Like that's just the technique she uses. Either way, so that's kind of what the whole makeup brand is based around. So the beauty brand itself is called M.PH by Phillips, I think. Don't quote me on that. Not quite a ring to it if it's actually called M.PH. You know, I don't know. Anyways, her first launch will include an underpainting palette. There is a light, medium, and deep version of this. But either way, it comes with a color corrector, 2 contour shades, and 2 highlighter shades. Sure, okay. It's also an underpainting dual-ended sculpting brush. There is a cheeky cream blush brush, and a lip Siggy hydrating lipstick, and an overliner lip pencil. Pretty basic first launch. That's fine. Nothing wrong with basic. Obviously, I think the cream blush could be beautiful. The packaging is giving me Merit Beauty. It is what it is. Is that type of packaging exclusive to Merit Beauty? No. It's just if other brands are going to use it, I'm instantly going to be reminded of Merit. And then a hydrating lipstick and a lip pencil. I'm not like rushing to buy it from a new brand. I already have so many brands of which I buy lip products from, my tried and true lip products, you know? I don't know, I'm not wowed by this initial launch. I get her makeup technique is very like basic, no makeup. Very minimal, very you look like you don't wear makeup type of makeup. That is literally what no makeup looks like. It's like I describe something and then I have to like describe it more. You know what I mean? And you guys are like, no, we got it, Maddie. I know. And I'm like, but let me tell you more about the no makeup, you know? It's like you're wearing makeup, but you're not wearing makeup. That's what it is. You know, like why do I need to do that? Anyways, so because I'm not a huge Phillips fan, like I'm not a diehard Phillips girly, it makes sense that I'm not gravitated towards this launch and not like wowed by this launch. I'm intrigued to see what she continues to do, but am I rushing to buy any of these products? No, it's a pass. Okay, moving on to a new Powerpuff Girls collection from Beauty Creations. It is all Western theme, which I'm like, did I miss the Powerpuff Girls Western edition? Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first looked at this, I was like, ooh, because there's something about collections and specifically something like Powerpuff Girls, like something I already like where I'm pulled in, you know? That's why all these makeup brands do collections, is so that then us consumers recognize something which we already like. So that was me in this case. But once I actually looked at this collection, I was like, no. So firstly, there's this eyeshadow palette. It's called a Cowgirl Cuties Shadow Palette and it's $14. So one thing about Beauty Creations, I'll give them that. is the price. The price is always on point, always very, very reasonable. So there are 12 shades total, and it's like, it's not great. I'll give you that. Okay. They've kind of divvied it up into 3 rows of 4 shades. So there's obviously one for like a blue look, a pink look, and a green look. Go with each of the power puffs. But the color selection within each one of those colors, I'm like, it's not doing a lot for me. There are also these pretty Desperados blush stick duos. Each are $14 as well. It's a marbled cream to powder formula with passion fruit scent and skin loving oils. The first one is Desert Bloom. It's a cool tone rosy pink. And then the second one is Romance Rouge, which is cool tone fuchsia. I like the marbly thing. I think it's a cute feature, but I'm not gonna lie, like marbly beauty products, I haven't had the best of luck with in the past. I don't know. I feel like they look really aesthetically pleasing and they look really beautiful. And then you go to actually use it and then the color blends together and you're just like, wow. Also, the packaging is giving Rare Beauty. Like I said with the Mary Phillips beauty line, like, does Rare Beauty own this packaging? No, it's typical packaging for a blush stick, but automatically I look at this and think Rare Beauty. That's just what I associate it to, you know? There's also 3 different lip oils, one to go with each Powerpuff Girl. Now the shade just appears to be a clear shade. They don't have any pigment to them. I think the difference is they're different scents. So kind of a missed opportunity to not have them be colored and pigmented, but either way, they are really cute. The packaging is adorable. They have this little like keychain feature to them. There's also some Western Wake Up Hydrogel under eye and lip patches. And then there are 2 tinted lip balms. And then there is an El Dorado hair and body glitter for $13. Ooh. So it's a platinum gold glitter spray mist with a hint of sweet scent. Okay, that's probably the product I'm like most gravitated towards. Do I think it's cute? Yeah, like it's all right. But I think what it is for me, and let me know if you feel the same way, is that brands are getting too comfortable doing these collections and literally just like slapping it together. Like it feels like they're just like bada bing, bada boom. Like within 5 minutes, they've made this collection. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of like thought and care put into the collections anymore. They're just kind of like, yep, that'll do. Okay. You know, so I'm not trying to take away from the fact that, yeah, it's cute. I'm just not like, wow, Powerpuff Girls, Western collection. Yes. You know, so therefore it's a pass. Okay, moving on to a brand new perfume collection from Rare Beauty. Now, I am totally into this. I'm not a die-hard Rare Beauty fan. I've been very open and honest about that on my podcast, but I've literally said from the get-go that Selena Gomez needs to get into body products. Rare Beauty feels like this brand which would bake you banana bread just because, you know what I mean? Like you're going for coffee dates, they'll invite you over to their house in the fall for like a nice casserole. Like that's the vibe I get from Rare Beauty. So for them, it makes sense to get into like homey body products, nice body scrubs, bath soaks, perfumes, lotions. So once they started going in that direction, I was like, yes, let the girlies have it. So let's get into some of the scents. First, you have the Rare Beauty Eau de Perfume with vanilla and caramel. So obviously warm and spicy. Also, I almost completely forgot about the actual perfume bottle. It is super beautiful, and the bottle is designed with accessibility in mind. Obviously a huge thing for Rare Beauty. That is their main focal point of focusing on the accessibility of their packaging. You just push down the top of the perfume. It's quite a large top. Love that Rare Beauty is continuing to make that a huge priority. Okay. I'm understanding that there's only one perfume. Then there's multiple layering balms. I was under the impression that there was multiple perfumes that matched each layering balm. Okay. I feel like this makes this more interesting. They've made an array of different layering balms to coincide and to mix and match with the one perfume. Very interesting. Okay. So the different layering balms, firstly, the formula looked very interesting, appeared to look almost like a petroleum jelly in the pictures. I was picturing it to be like a lotion, like a fragrance lotion, which we all know. The description says that it is designed to be worn alone or layered with the perfume. It melts into skin and lasts up to 12 hours, acts as a perfume enhancer. So the different scents, there is amber vanilla, woody oak, floral peony, fresh bergamot, and that's it. Okay, so you have 4 different layering balms and then the one eau de parfum. I'm very intrigued by this. I think it makes total sense for the brand. Definitely want to get in store and smell these. Who knows? I could absolutely love the eau de parfum and maybe get my hands on it, but I am going to give them a smash purely for the direction of this. Okay, moving on to one I'm not as excited for. There is a new Sol de Janeiro body mist. This is called Sundays in Rio. I swear they just came out with something exactly like this. I swear to God. Anyways, it says to be warm vanilla, pink pepper, amber, musk. Is it cute? Yes. Am I a huge Sol de Janeiro girly? No. So it's a pass. Okay, moving on to another collection. This one is from Sheglam and it is a Matrix collection. Now, am I a huge Matrix fan? No, I'm not. I can do the like Matrix but that's about it. Am I buying a Matrix makeup collection? No. I'm also not a sheglam girly. The makeup kind of scares me. I'll be completely honest. I know people have said good things. It's just not for me. So that's that for that. Okay. I'm not going to go super in depth on these, but there is a palette, blush, highlighter, lip balm, lip gloss. There's also a spoon, which obviously if you're a Matrix fan, you'll totally understand. Me, however, I was looking at this being like, gee, I'm going to need to go rewatch The Matrix after this. It's cute. Am I wowed? No. Am I buying it? No. It's a pass. Okay, moving on to a new setting spray from Laura Mercier. Now, I first saw this and I was like, what? And let me tell you why. So this is the new translucent hydrating setting spray, Ultra Blur. Now, obviously, I understand they're trying to make it like a setting spray that matches and mimics the translucent setting powder, which we all know, we all love. It's a tried and true. Actually, maybe we don't all love. I'm speaking for you when I shouldn't speak for you. Maybe you hate it and you have every right to. Sure. Anyways, but what I laughed at is the fact that they're claiming this is translucent, because I was like, isn't all setting spray translucent? Am I wrong for thinking that? I don't know. Either way, the formula itself says to be powered by air, continuous setting spray that provides 24-hour hydration and wear while instantly blurring skin. 98.5 skin sounds like a radio station, mostly because where I live, 98.5 was a really big radio station growing up. 98.5% skincare based formula, wears comfortably, well staying smudge, transfer, crease, fade, and waterproof. Whew. Controls shine for up to 24 hours with a truly translucent natural finish. Okay, ma'am, with that translucent setting spray. Skin is left looking flawless without feeling dry, sticky, tacky, or tight. And it is $39. I genuinely think that this could be really, really amazing, because I've always said this about Laura Mercier face products. She knows how to do a goddamn face product. Okay, maybe I'll give it a whirl. It's a smash. Okay, moving on to one that I'm like a little bit confused by. We have the new MAC Skinfinish Lightstruck Liquid Highlighter. I'm getting throwbacks to like the Cover FX enhancer drops, and I'm just like, ugh. I don't know. This just feels like really weird for MAC. And I mean, if you know me and you know this podcast, you know I love MAC. I've always loved MAC. But I mean, they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, as Hannah Montana says. So this is one of those product launches where I'm looking at it being like, yeah. And also because I'm one of those people who struggles with combination oily skin, any sort of highlighter products, I'm always very skeptical of. So either way, the product description says that it reflects light and refines the look of skin from every angle. This good for skin formula features an innovative blend of hydrating skincare ingredients. Okay, you got me, girl. If you know, you know. As soon as there's like skincare involved, like you make a makeup product sound like it's skincare, it's like having like healthy junk food. You're like, it's not bad for me. It's like if a makeup product claims that it has skincare benefits or is like serum like or whatever, I'm like, yeah, it's like I'm wearing skincare. It's fine. It's good for me. Anyways, I don't know if that's true. It says that it has a blend of glycerin and squalene along with skin conditioning coffee seed extract. Delivers 24-hour hydration and 12-hour radiance for a glass skin effect that lasts. Mix it into your base, hits the high points of your face, or wear alone for an all over natural looking gleam. So literally the Cover FX enhancer drops. You know what? I left that product in 2016, so I am straight up not rushing to buy this. Like I said, because of my skin concerns, I do not gravitate towards these products initially. I'm always very hesitant. I'm always on guard. Like I'm literally on defense. So I'm just not rushing to buy this. It's a pass. Okay, guys, moving on to our next segment, which is beauty on a budget, where we go through some of my favorite drugstore beauty finds, because you can find some absolute icons at the drugstore. You don't need to be buying expensive beauty all the time. Okay, starting out first with the L'Oreal Telescopic Waterproof Mascara. Most importantly, there is the waterproof part. Emphasis on the waterproof. I originally hated, and I mean hated, yes, I know that's a strong word, I hated the telescopic mascara until I tried the waterproof mascara. It is so good. It is one of the only waterproof mascaras which still holds my curl. Now, I do usually use this as a base and then I'll go in with an additional mascara after. I know it's overkill, but the waterproof mascara is the base, and then I go in with something after to really give my lashes some va-va-voom. Okay, moving on to the Milani Keep It Full Glossy Plumping Lip Balm. Now, I kindly received these in PR and I didn't try them for probably like a couple weeks after first getting them. Then once I actually tried it, I was like, holy moly, this is what I've been missing out on. They are so pigmented, so creamy, the most like delightful texture on your lips. It is such a luxurious, beautiful formula. It does not feel like a drugstore beauty product at all. Even compared to a lot of high-end lip products, this one blew it out of the water. I will say the plumping effect is like next to nothing, which I'm not a huge plumping lip user anyways. I don't like lip plumpers really. So I liked that it didn't have an intense plumping effect. So if you're buying this for the plumping effect, this might not be for you. But if you like this sort of like glossy balm product, then this is totally up your street. Moving on to the e.l.f. Jellypop primer. I have talked about this product so many times over the years. Not to be confused with the Power Grip primer, because the e.l.f. Power Grip primer is just not it. It is so bad. It does not work for my skin at all. But there's just something about the e.l.f. Jellypop primer which is unbelievable. It wears under your makeup so nicely. It adds a nice dewiness to the skin, but isn't like oily looking. It just genuinely looks like you're like glossy, glazed, if you will. It is also such a refreshing texture. It feels so nice on the skin and like a nice little wake me up. I will genuinely reach for the e.l.f. Jellypop primer on like no makeup days and just wear it on its own. It is just so nice and so beautiful for literally every single makeup user. Full glam, no makeup, literally no makeup. It is so beautiful. It is a primer I go back to time and time again when it's actually available. Okay, moving on to the Maybelline Super Fluff Brow Gel. Now this product really surprised me because I'm typically not a tinted brow gel girly at all. I get a lot of baby hairs around my actual brow. So I find when I use a tinted brow gel that it actually gets onto the little baby hairs. And then I find my brows end up taking like a really odd shape because the baby hairs around my actual brow hairs have picked up the pigment. So it's messy. It's not as like sharp as I like my brows and as clean as I like them. But this Maybelline Super Fluff Brow Gel is really easy to use. The brow gel is quite thick, so it doesn't get goopy. You don't run the risk of it running into your other little like baby hairs around your brows. Plus, the really small brush makes it really easy to apply the product like seamlessly. You can really get in there, get intricate, and you're not worried about getting it all over the place. I can't believe I go back to this time and time again, but I keep reaching for it. Moving on to the Bioderma Sensibio cleanser. Obviously, we know the Sensibio micellar water. It has been a cult classic for so many years, but the Sensibio foaming gel cleanser is such a good underrated product. It is a very basic cleanser, but at the end of the day, that is what I need. If you saw my Instagram story, you know I've been really struggling with some sort of reaction around my eyes and just irritation on my skin. My skin overall just seems really like red and angry and aggravated, and sometimes I really have to reel it in with the beauty products that I'm trying, and I just need a tried and true cleanser that's just gonna work and be effective and gentle on my skin, and that's exactly what this cleanser is. I have repurchased this cleanser so many times. Yes, I know it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of all the other beauty products on the market, the fancy smell, the fancy suds, the fancy scrubs, all the things. It's just a good skincare cleanser, which at the end of the day is what we want with our skincare products. To go with the skincare staples, which I always rely on, that doesn't necessarily have all the bells and whistles, we have the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. I can't even tell you how many tubes of this moisturizer I've gone through over the years. I'll try a new moisturizer and then end up going back to it. I'll try something else, end up going back to it. It is just that product that continues to be there for me and I can always count on. Again, since going through this reaction, I've really had to step back and rethink my skincare routine, and this is exactly what I ran to Sephora to buy. Yes, I know it's sold at Sephora, but it is a drugstore price range. You get so much product, a little goes a long way. It's just such a good moisturizer. Okay, last but certainly not least, we have the Kristen S Blow Dry Spray. It takes a lot for like a blow dry mist to really wow me. In all honesty, a lot of the time I try them and I'm like, did this even do anything for my hair? But this helps my hair stay in place for so many more days. When I don't use it, I notice such a difference. I'll blow dry my hair, style it and everything, and my hair falls within the next day. Whereas when I actually use this product, style my hair, I notice that my hair lasts in that style for so much longer. Usually I do a blow dry and a blowout with my air wrap. So when I use the Kristen S Blow Dry Spray with that routine, my blowout lasts so much longer. Like I said, the blow dry spray was literally a product I thought was just like a total gimmick in the hair care world until I tried this blow dry spray and I was like, okay, Kristen, thank you so much. Okay, guys, either way, that is it for today's episode. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what latest beauty launches you're smashing or passing. And also, I love drugstore beauty products, so be sure to let me know your cult classic go-to drugstore beauty finds. Be sure to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on the weekly episodes of The Beauty Brief. I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.